Hey everyone, it's Failed Shot back at another video, and I wanted to give you all this video really quick because it's another PSA on the new Void Tower rotation changes, so you can be prepared to what you want to build, what teams you want to go with, because it's vastly different from the previous rotation, and even vastly different from the first rotation that we had. So let's just jump right into it, and we are on Void Tower Hard here. We have, at the beginning of each round, the enemy gains 1 stack of Blessing of the Seven Gods, max 7 stacks. Now, I'll go ahead and jump into the battle because this is actually an insane buff for the enemies. And then we have enemy defense is increased 50%. If the enemy is under control, this remark is invalid. So if you taunt, if you stun, if you do something like that, they don't get that increased defense, and this is just pretty much moot. However, this is super important. I'm going to jump into battle and explain this one to you so you can see it, because it's actually way more crazy than I initially read it. So I'm going to go ahead and just showcase it here. I'm going to put it on auto so you can see. But basically, every single round that these characters are going to go, they're going to get a stack of this Blessing of the Seven Gods. As you can see here, when attacked 7 times, they will stun the target during their attack. This effect cannot be removed. So what does this mean? Well, actually, I don't know if we're actually going to get to 7 stacks here and showcase it. And if not, I'll skip ahead so you can see it. This means that when they hit 7 stacks, they will hit you and stun you every single turn. So that means they get to 7 stacks, so the 7th round. After that, you are permanently CC'd. This is pretty crazy. You may still be able to run tank comps. I will definitely be trying with, the standard Charles, Rickard, Hacker, and things like that. I think if you manage the CC properly, you have a very good chance of doing that. However, you can't continuously stun lock someone. You only have about 21 rounds, and you'll see here, I think Charles can easily survive this because mine's on revival set. So you can see here as we go through these rounds how massively insane this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here so you don't have to watch this whole thing, but that way you can see the constant stun lock in action here. So I've gone ahead and let this play out, and we are now at 6 stacks. We're about to approach the 7th here, and we're just gonna see what this is like. So I'm gonna go ahead and basic, and they should get the 7th stack, and then they just perma CC me. So here we go. There's a stun. And this won't go away, so we're just going to get stunned every single turn. So this is pretty big, and it definitely changes things a lot. So let's see here. We're going to remove the stun because we're going to go. They're going to hit again, and this should stun us yet again. Let's see. Okay, we resisted the stun, if you saw that there. Let's see here. There's the stun. So there's the resistance again, but let's just watch it again. Resisted. And then, we resisted again. And stun. So there's the stun. So this changes things entirely. I think the tank comp is very viable, but you're going to have to build it with high resistance. So you're going to have to build your Blackhorns, your Hackrins, your Mathasias, all those types of characters with high resistance so that you can completely avoid these stun effects. And you can see here with my Blackhorn, I have about 115 resistance, 115% resistance. I'm not sure how much we'll need, but more the better. So you can absolutely run tank comps, but the build has completely changed. Now, is this going to be as easy as the first rotation? No, I don't think so, but I think it'll be easier, much easier than the second rotation or the rotation we just had. However, you're probably not going to be able to run triple DPS as we did in the previous rotation. You're going to have to run another comp that I showcased a little while back in some of my streams and such, and that is Lunar Melisa or something like that CCs, because this new tower, if you run Lunar Melisa, they basically are weaker than the previous tower because they're not going to be one-shotting you. They're not going to be getting increased damage. They're not going to be doing true damage to you. All they're going to be sitting there and doing is nothing different from standard enemies because they're not going to get that defense up, and the stacks isn't going to reach 7 stacks because you're going to be killing them with your burst comp, but you need to run CC units with it. So that's either stuns, that's taunts, whatever you need to run, removing that defense with control effects. Or you can run a super high resistance tank comp so you're not getting stunned every single turn. Because I know a lot of people, including myself when I was on stream earlier today, read this and I thought, okay, they're going to stun you and that's it. No, they permanently stun you. So tank comps aren't as easy to build as they were previously, but as I said, running that high resistance will probably get you some solid results, and I will be trying to run a full tank comp myself because I think that'll be easier to build than running a full DPS comp with some control, because I tried that last rotation and it didn't work out super hot for me. So This is interesting. Definitely very, very fun. But I just wanted to let you all know how it worked before you started building units, before you started diving into it, because it could be a little bit of confusing. You may think immediately, oh, that's just one stun. It's not. It's not just the one attack. It is permanent for the rest of the battle. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you some insight. I think it's super, super exciting myself. It's definitely not as significantly less difficult as the previous rotation, I think, and gives you a lot more options because burst comp, CC comps, tank comps, those are all viable in this one, I think. And your rookie summons like Mathasia, Evra, Valyria, all of those have pretty much equal viability as long as you have the right pieces in place. So this is interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you for the next one.